Let me see who is around today. Happy Monday, beautiful people. It is Rachel Glendinning on my personal page on Facebook. How are you today? I'll give it a moment for you to find me. So, if you watch it on the replay, I always love to know who's around watching on the replay. You can hashtag replay and say hello. So first, what I want to do is say hello and welcome you. Let me know who's there. Let me know who is live with me. It's always nice to connect in a live video. Oh, we might do a little movement in a minute. Stretch our shoulders. So I'm going to give you a revised schedule this week because I haven't quite got everybody that has been active and sharing my the week that we've done of our experience. I still need to go in and double check that I haven't missed anyone. So tomorrow I will, hi there, you have to tell me how I pronounce your name. From Indonesia, Weeds, you have to tell me if that's right, Veeds or Veeds, is that it? Give me a little love heart or a like if I said it correctly, and if not, you can pronounce it for me. So hello. So the schedule running for this week. Tomorrow I'm going to do the prize draw. Whoop, whoop. I still need just to check that I haven't missed any of you that have shared or that were active. So, Veeds, did I say it right? I can see there's a like, so I hope I said your name right. So your names are going to go in here. So that means that you've still got one day. If you share something, let me see. If you share one of my posts that has inspired you or resonated with you, and you comment that you've shared a video or a post into a group that you lead or onto your own personal page, I'm going to pop you and you'll be up for grabs one of my prizes, which I'm going to draw tomorrow. I'm excited for that. Wednesday, I'm going to do a live stream and I will answer any questions that seem to be coming up about, hello, John. Welcome, hello, Sarangi or Sarangi. Hello. And then Wednesday, I'm going to do a live stream. I'll answer any questions that you've got about my two programs that you might have seen. Any questions about the programs, any questions at all, let me know. So I've got a story for you, like a process that I've supported a client go through recently. And I wanted to share it with you. And it gives you, again, if you're not so familiar with my work, it gives you a flavor, a taste, and a depth of what I do. Because in launching these fun programs that I bring to you, like part of my branding is to have fun. Absolutely, 100%, I like to have fun. But also, our life doesn't change until we heal old wounds from childhood, wounds that we've contained even, that don't even belong to us. And sometimes the depth of my work touches ancestral, generational, past life traumas as well. So let me give you this example. And I want to see if it resonates with any of you listening to me here today. So for many of us as children, we were neglected. And it can be a loaded word to consider and think that you were neglected as a child. And initially you might think, well, you know, that's a little bit extreme, but many of us have been neglected as children. And when I say neglected, I mean that our needs were not met in some way, whether it was emotional, whether it was the physical contact. As as children, we need a lot of physical touch and comfort. That's how we learn to feel safe in the world. It's how we learn to feel secure. And there's studies, the scientific research that I'm sure many of you know about how a baby thrives in the world when it gets comfort and it's comforted, when it feels distressed or uncomfortable or at unease. And what can happen, so this is something I took a client through, and I want to share it because it's relevant to my program, which is a love, like wanting to have a love affair supreme. And just let me remind you, when I say affair, it's not cheating on someone, it's an event, an affair, like an incredible event. That's what we're going to do. So when we don't get our needs met, this can affect our relationships. And I'm focused in this program for you in wanting us to have incredible relationships, like incredible love. Now, what can happen in that instance when we were neglected? Sometimes it can be more subconscious, like you're not really aware of it today, but your body knows that you didn't get the love, the care, the attention, the presence from your parents that you needed. We can protect, and the way that we protect is that we make a conclusion that we don't want to be used, like we'll be in the world in protection of not wanting to get used. Yeah, so I don't know if this resonates with any of you. And what we can do is we can fixate then on making sure, because we don't want the pain that's happened before, our attention, our energy, our fixation can be with making sure that our personal needs get met. And this isn't a bad thing, this is good. Like you've gone maybe from not getting your needs met as a child, and now it's in your attention that you make sure that you're not walked over, you're not used, that you get your personal needs met. What can happen though, because our energies got trapped in that trauma, and again, you can just consider if this is something that is familiar, is that that energy that's trapped is now busy with always getting our personal needs met in relationships, that we can feel a little bit selfish, and it's come from this wound that you're doing damn sure that you're going to get your personal needs met in life because maybe they weren't met as a child. And what can happen, and again, this can be a painful situation for many of us, so just going to give a little trigger warning here, that we can lose people. So let me give you the example with my client. So she remembered like losing her parents and the guilt and the shame that, oh, I didn't see that my mother was struggling, or I didn't see that there was anything wrong with this person, that suddenly they're in hospital and then they die. Because our energy is trapped with us taking care of our personal needs, that we lose our awareness to also be able to take care of other people or see other people. Does that make sense? So and again, I'm just going to take you through this beautiful healing process that I've done with my client. So when she was able to release that old pain of her needs not being met as a child, because that's not reality today, but there was something still continuing where her personal needs were so important that she was losing the needs of her other half, her partner. And get this, because again, this is the nature of my work, which I love. Often we can feel like things just aren't changing in our life, and things don't change until we change. You've heard that say. The change that needs to happen is the energetic change, where your energy is trapped in a situation from your past, it's still continuing to be with you in this moment, even though it was happening back then, right? So when we can let go of those moments of maybe our needs not being met as a child, or we were neglected, and we can let go of that so that we now have our attention, that we're no longer afraid that someone's going to take advantage of us. We're no longer afraid that somebody is going to use us. We're no longer afraid that we don't get our needs met, because we relax and we trust and we pay attention. And when something doesn't feel good, that is your best guide. We don't need this fixated energy that we've created as a child, like this part of us that is now super alert, a bit like we've got to check, is anyone going to take advantage of me? Am I getting my, it's a bit like it's gone into hyper mode. So we release that, we relax, we let it go. And then we're able to pay attention to ourselves. What do we need in a relationship? But we have our energy free to check and be with the other. And I wanted to come on and share it because the work that I do changes lives, it changes relationships, it changes health, because it's stressful for your body. Even though day to day we're not aware of it, it's stressful for our body to be carrying old traumas and energy that's from this way in our background behind us. Yeah. And I'm not going to go into it today, but this is where chronic symptoms and chronic illness where the roots of chronic illness can begin to stem from, until that energy circle is complete. Okay? Let me know if that speaks to you. Let me just summarize it again. So I have launched this love program. I've launched the love program, and it's going to be fun, but we're also going to dive deep into healing trauma, healing wounds that likely you're carrying. And the other thing I was going to add was, now listen into this bit. So who on here is familiar with having it feel like a repetitive, you feel like something isn't working with this partner and this is rubbish, or it doesn't feel good, and so you end the relationship and then you're open and you meet the next person and maybe the same thing happens. This isn't advocating, by the way, always staying with the same partner, but let me share that until we take care of healing what needs healing, you're just going to take that to the next relationship. And so sometimes, rather than just jumping ship and jumping ship with the same old trauma or wounds that need healing, like your heart that needs healing, it's good to take a pause and check what's in front of you. Sometimes we can match with the other person because we've got the same trauma wounds and we kind of trigger each other. But the beauty in that also is that you can together heal them and come together in a really beautiful way. Sometimes as well, let me say that we can transform, transmute and heal. If you've got a similar wound in a partnership, you can transmute it for the other as well. Some of this work that I'm describing is for those of you that work with me one-to-one, because that's when I can go into the depth. The example I'm giving is from a client that I've worked with one-to-one, okay? But I wanted to share, to give you an example of the depth of my work if you are ready for this work, and this is what we're going to do. Even though it's only a 4-week program, believe me, it's my superpower. Okay? So, just a little refresh. Tomorrow I'm going to pull the draw because I haven't had a chance. I don't want to miss anyone and I need to check who shared. So if you want to still, come into my tea caddy to be in for a chance to win. All you need to do is share one of my posts that resonated or inspired you. It could be this one if you're like, this is inspiring me in the subject of love and relationships. Then share it and let me know. So put in the comments. Let me just see who's here. I'm just going to take a pause. Okay, so I've said hello to everybody. I've said hello. Tomorrow, prize draw. Wednesday, I'm going to do a live stream with any questions. And then Thursday is when the programs close. So remember, I've only got 10 spaces in the Creating Transformation That Blows Your Mind. And I've got 20 spots for the Love Supreme or Love Sublime that we're going to create for this summer. And there's a few of you that I've got to send a link to, so I will do that in the next few days. So, hello, hello, hello. Let's do a little movement together, okay? And let me know if you are watching on the replay. Okay, let's do a little lunchtime move together. Okay. Let me know how are you doing. So let's start with taking a stretch over to the side. You're going to go down towards your ankle. Hello, everybody. Stretch over. And stretch over. Okay. Tap on your belly, as long as you haven't eaten a big meal. Hello, Queen Kulis. Okay. So, down your legs. So Queen Kulis, I was just reminding everybody about sharing to be in the chance of winning a prize. So if you want to share one of my posts or video and then comment, and then I'll include you in the prize draw. And I'm also going to include those of you that were active in the week's program that you were in. Hope you enjoyed it. Okay, so this is a really nice one for your kidneys, okay? So you swing, and what I'm doing behind is you just let go of your hands behind your back. And then bring that up to your shoulders. You can pat out any tension in your shoulders, like so, and then go down the arms. So you go down, we follow the meridians. The meridians are from the Chinese medicine, acupuncture, qigong. Qi is in my brand, if you have seen it, it's the Qi Fa. So Qi is energy, prana is energy in the yogic system, or life force. We'll go one more time around your legs. So on the outside and then come up the inside, okay? And let's do one for the neck. So take an interlace behind your head. So you're going to stretch down like so. Take an inhale and an exhale. One more on each side. Excellent. Come back to center. And to finish, we're going to open the arms. So we can do it slower. So the sound matches the movement. One more. Last one of the sets. We're going to twist. Excellent. And just let your arms come down, have a little shake. Some jumps, jump it out. Just let yourself land. Excellent. And then close your eyes. A couple of deep full breaths with your eyes closed. Stand. And breathe down to your feet. So you even feel your feet pushing down as your breath goes down. That connection to the ground, to the earth, and then breathe up to your head. And then see if you can pay attention to both polarities, up and down. Left and right then. Front and back. Excellent. And that simple breath work where you can stand or sit and check into those directions of breath. Breathing right to the top of your head and breathing down to the feet, breathing left and right and front and back. And actually more than that, what you want to do is feel not only your like the limit of your body. So that would be the breath that reaches the top of the head. But see if you can feel around you so that you begin to expand your breath and your energy front and back, left and right, up and down. Yeah, so you begin to connect your attention essentially around you. So that's a really nice, simple one to do at any moment, standing, breathe. And I can also add just really quickly for you in terms of breath work and breathing, that after working for 18 years as a yoga teacher, where we're focused a lot on the breath, and working as a practitioner and teaching and paying attention and learning about our general breath limitations, I would say, like our breathing patterns and our limitations. When you transform your breath, like there's so much transformation in learning breath work on its own. So I really recommend if you take some time, even when you're doing my short stretches, you're breathing more in a varied way. Like varied breath is the best for your body in terms of, I'm talking about energy and health now. Yeah? Okay, so much love on your journey, which is something I love to say to you all. And what's my other little catchphrase? We can have it all. We can have it all, which is why I'm focused in love, in health, in wealth, and in purpose, the 4 pillars of my brand. Okay, I've covered everything. I'll be back tomorrow with my tea caddy. I'll be putting you in there. There's still a chance. Go share the video, any video or post that you've liked or loved or it's benefited you. And I can't wait to see who gets pulled out for prizes tomorrow. Yeah, and anyone wanting more information about my summer, July programs, just reach out to me, and I'm going to be doing a Q&A on Wednesday, okay? Remember that these programs, the cart or the door closes on Thursday at midnight, so it starts on Saturday the 1st. Our love program starts on, or is it the WOW? One of them starts on Saturday, the other one starts on Monday. So after Thursday, I'm going to close the cart, and we will be onboarding everybody into the groups, okay? Have a beautiful Monday. Bye-bye.